Hello everyone, welcome to day 344 of playing chess every day for a year. Let's find the game. We start with the white pieces here. I'll go for e4. We see e5, so I'll play knight to f3. We get Petrov's defense, which I don't really like playing against, but I think here I'll just play knight to c3 and try to develop my light squared bishop. Okay, so we get the 4 knights. Here I'll actually develop my light squared bishop, I think, before I play d3. Or d4 even. Play like this. I could castle and bring my rook to the e1 square to protect the central pawn. Okay, they developed their bishop, they're just copying me. Now there's a move here which is always really powerful. I think it's knight to d5. And if they take, then I take and I can win the central pawn. Knight in, hitting this. I do undefend this though, which does look like a problem. d4 they just take. d3 looks okay, but then they hit me with this. Maybe I just play h4 here. I think I just play h3 here, stop the knight from coming in, and try to defend my e4 pawn. I don't see what else I can do here. I could play d4, but that just loses. Play h3 here. And we kind of transpose from the Petrovs back into an Italian. Okay, I could castle myself now. I could play d3, try to develop my bishop. I'd love to play c3 though, so I can play d4 long term. I will go ahead and play d3 though, just to open up my other bishop. I could play a3 and b4. They have knight to a5, which would hit my light squared bishop. So maybe I could play a3 quickly. They jump their knight in. That move's annoying, but it does let go of the e5 pawn. And otherwise there's no like real threat around my position. So I can go ahead and take the free pawn and then go back if I want to. That seems okay. Why not? My king is protected for now. They just gave up a pawn with that knight move. I'm expecting them to develop their rook to e8 or queen. Then I'll just jump my knight backwards to f3. They actually go ahead and kick my knight with the d6 pawn. I think now I just go back to f3 and try to remove that bishop. I could also just try to... Yeah, I like the move bishop to g5, trying to push. It's very active. Trying to push and just attack their knight. Bishop g5 pinning their knight seems good. Then after that move, I could actually just play knight d5 straight away. Okay, they tried to kick my bishop, but I have this. If they kick me away, I just go backwards. Now I'm trying to jump my knight to d5, which puts a lot of pressure on this knight. The knight's pinned, so it can't move. If I play here, we get takes, which doesn't seem as good as just moving the other piece. My king isn't castled. I need to be careful of not leaving c2 undefended. They actually go ahead and kick my bishop. So I can take, and if the queen takes, I can jump in, and that's a very nice attack. Let's see. If queen takes, I have knight d5, hitting the queen, threatening to take on c6. I don't see any way they can... They can ruin my structure if they take, and we trade like this, but I'm actually just going to jump in here, because then at least I'm still attacking the c7 pawn. Let's see if they go back to defend. I could actually think about using my kingside pawns to start an attack here. I could castle long and try to throw my pawns forward. Now if they take here, I take the queen, so... And if they take with the queen... Oh, that does come with a check though. That's the problem. I was about to say, they can't really take with the knight because the queen hangs. Now if I take like this, they take. Then I can castle long, so that's not really a problem here. Takes, I'm attacking this. I can always castle long. Wow, they actually go ahead and take on b2. I do have a check here, and the king has to move. How about if I play check and take here? Then that does pin my bishop to my own queen. Don't like that too much. They take on b2. I expected them really to take the queen. but that's fine. If I castle short now, protecting the rook, I do give up another pawn, but then I take here, which is very nice. Yeah, I mean, I have to kind of short castle here, keep my rooks protected. I can open up more lines for my rook at least. They win back the pawn, but they can't really protect this. I'm expecting them to push, but then I can hit their queen. I do have a nice attack here on this pawn. I could probably play rook b1, try to trap their queen maybe. This bishop is annoying. My own bishop is staring at the f7 pawn. Let's see what we get here. I am attacking this. They can't really take here because then I just tempo their rook. They have to move it, and then I can move back. And everything is protected. I do have some nice central pawns here. Actually, I'm seeing here that if I play queen over and give a check, the pawn is actually pinned. Queen to the center of the board. I don't see the point of that move. It does protect this square now. But I mean, I still just pick up this pawn. My rook's already protected, so I don't know what they want to do here. Maybe I was gonna say maybe I have knight e6, because if they take, and I take with the check and I win a rook. This is pinned to the king, so they can't take with the pawn. But they can take with the bishop. What do I play here? Maybe I can just knight back, trying for fork here. That does unpin the pawn though, which I don't like. I'm up one pawn. This is a nice check, although I don't really want to trade my knight for the bishop. But maybe that would be good for my light squares. Don't want to trade the queen off him. Now maybe I should think about playing rook e1 and just pushing through the center of the board. Yeah, because then I could get my rook to the 7th rank and damage them a lot. They play queen up. Still, I don't know what their plan is. They stop this check, but I can play rook to the center and try to push. Although it's unprotected. If I push here, trying for fork, that looks quite good. That does seem very good actually. I push here and try for fork, everything's protected. Let's see. I'll push here, it's protected. I'll try to push d4. I do weaken my own bishop, but I can force their queen away. See through the plan of d4. They should probably move their queen now, or their bishop. But my knight just has such a fantastic square here. It's so powerful. And they need to be careful moving their queen because my knight can have a check at any moment. I'm threatening a big fork here. They have to move away now. Yeah, I think rook to e1 just looks so good. Trying to push through with this pawn. If the queen goes back, then obviously I just remove the bishop anyway. Bring my rook to the center. The queen goes all the way back. Now what I can do is, actually, what I have here is queen g3 with the idea of winning the queen. It seems very strong. Let's see what they play. Obviously, this is a massive threat here. Knight f6 just wins the queen. Want to see if they notice the tactic. Knight f6 check just picks up the queen, and that would be a win for me. They have to be very careful. Move their king or queen now. They move their queen. A fair move. Now I can probably play rook e1 and try to push my pawn. Because if I can open up my rook, then it'd be very good for my queen. My queen also see the rook. They're not really attacking the knight, so I can just push. If they take, I can take with the rook and just keep everything protected. Yeah, I think I probably push. If they, I can take then with the rook. And I have some nice discoveries on their bishop. Takes, I take. This bishop is opened up now. They could make a battery, but my knight protects that. If takes, I take. And then my bishop has an outpost instead of my knight. If they take, I take like this. I don't even take with the queen to target this. I just take with the rook and go for discoveries on the... I have discovered check probably, which would win the bishop. They probably should not take. They go ahead and take, that's fair. I have to take back. Now if they take here, they attack my bishop, which is very annoying, but I can take with the rook still, and then threaten discoveries. Let's see what they play. If they take here, it does open up the bishop, but I take with my rook, my bishop's protected, and I'm threatening to win another pawn. So, that would be quite nice for me. Okay, they attack the bishop. Now I'm really thinking about the move rook e5, just with this going for a discovered check on the bishop. And if they push, they can't push actually, so yeah. Try to win a pawn here with that move. Rook takes, I mean, what do they play? If bishop over, or actually if I go here and bishop over, that does look very, very annoying. So maybe I could take with the queen, which doesn't seem so good. I could lock my bishop in. Could take with the queen or with the bishop. I could also try and then queen trade after. I mean, rook lift, not queen trade. And start an attack, so that does look here good. And if they play here, well then, yeah, if I take and they play rook here, could probably just slide over. I think taking with the rook is still the best move though. And then if they skewer me, I don't know, I don't want them to skewer me. Maybe I push here, and if takes, I take. It's a very annoying position. I think I take with the queen though. I could also just move the bishop and keep it simple. So just slide back one square here, like this. I'm still attacking the pawn. I'm just scared of a skewer here, but then if they skewer me, I just go for the pin. This pawn is pinned. I could just try to straight up rook lift. Okay, they go for this. I could take, could also go back and just keep this long diagonal to me. If they play a5, well then I take with the rook and have some nice pressure here. Wow, they just go ahead and take on. They actually went ahead and took on d3, which is a free pawn, but I have this move. And I don't see any skewers because the queens see each other. And also that just hangs the queen. Like what? What? They just hung their queen. What was the idea here? I'm really wondering. And they resign. Okay. That's a crazy move. That doesn't make any sense. Queen takes d3. Okay. Let's look at this game. So I played with an 80.8. They played with a 76. They made two blunders, but I made two mistakes, which kind of equalized the game after I was winning. So against the Petrov, I just play like this. We go back into Italian, which is nice. h3 is the best move. d3 is fine. It's best to actually castle here. They give up a pawn in the center, so I'll definitely take it. Pushing isn't the best, because I just go back. And a6 is just a bit too slow for development, so I actually should have taken the knight here and then tried to jump in after. But this is fine as well. They forced me to take. I actually should have gone back and kept my bishop on the board and attacked this knight here. That actually makes sense. I attacked the knight, so taking there isn't the best. Queen takes, I have knight d5. It looks like a real threat, but they take here with the check and I have to take. I've really thought they'd go ahead and take my queen on f3. But then after trades, this is hanging. And I can always castle the other way, so it's no big problem. Taking on b2 is actually the best move for them. It's a big threat of winning two rooks. I just castle, keep myself safe. Wait, that's actually a huge blunder. Wow, that's a massive, massive queen blunder. Right here, I already had c3. Because the queen's only square is e5. The queen is almost trapped. The queen can't go to f6 because I take with the knight. And the queen, if the queen goes to e5, they walk into a fork. And they're already lost. Down a piece for 2 pawns. That's really bad for them. My bishop would be hanging here, but then I just develop a rook, and I'm completely winning. So that's actually a big miss from myself. I could see that here. c3 attacking the queen. I missed that the knight protects the c3 pawn. I thought I'll just blunder the pawn. But they completely blunder. I missed c3. This is already completely winning for white. Plus 4.7 if I play c3. Rook over. I go back. I'm already winning because I'm up a pawn. I'm doing much better. They escape with their queen. And I think I played c3 too late here. I did. It's too late for c3 because they can leave. Queen over, trying to win the queen. Yeah, that was my plan, to win the queen for a fork. On f6, the pawn being pinned to the king. They move, I bring my rook to e1. Now this move e5 is not good, because they can take the pawn, and if they do, they are attacking the knight. And if I play this, they just skewer me, I think, on d6. So yeah, that's not good for me at all. Yeah, I had to take with the queen. I was just scared of rook to e8, but then I could do his move. Going back is too weak. I should have taken b active. I'd be up a pawn again, and then I'd have discoveries winning the bishop. So let's say here, this would be actually good for me. They would pick up a pawn, maybe. Is that the best move? It is the best move. I mean, I tried to simplify down, but anyways, what happened was I just went back, which is not best. And here they play a crazy move. Queen takes d3. I'm assuming they thought this pawn was undefended, but my queen sees that, and also maybe they thought they were attacking the pawn twice, so like the bishop would see the pawn. I'm not sure what they felt here. That's just a bad move, and I win the game. But that's it for today's game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.